Yes.
So shall we begin?
Yes, please.
Okay, so
Begin.
Edgar just left. I think he's probably going to join back in. So welcome everyone. Warm welcome to this rainy evening from Delhi. That's where I'm from. My name is Alekhya, and I am so grateful that I am getting to share this journey with you that you have started to embark on. Um, and this one is the one that matters the most, I feel, because in life we go through a lot of things, but the one that matters the most, as we come to realize, is the one where we come back to ourselves. Most people have this kind of introspection when they're much older, but it's great if we start the journey now, and we're here together. So thank you so much for choosing you as the most important thing for yourself in the day. And so let me begin with telling you a little bit about myself so you have a fair idea of who this character is in front of you. My name is Alekhya, and I have been meditating and in this lifetime for almost about 12 years, or rather I was introduced to the concept of meditation about 15 years ago. I started the practice, so I explored a little bit with different techniques, and I eventually started the practice of Anapanasati meditation 12 years ago. And it was not a very consistent practice. And I think that's one thing I would like to share with you. I don't know how many of y'all are just starting out and this is your actual day one, or a day one of the repeated 40 days or 21 days that you've been trying to go through, or this is your first day too. I'll share with you mine, and all of our journeys are pretty much intertwined that way. I got introduced to the concept of meditation through my father. He was unwell at that point in time in terms of physical ailments that he had, so blood clots in his brain and his heart and some things of that sort. And so someone told him through a chance meeting that he went for, a business meeting, that hey, you should do this practice, it's good for you. My dad came back from that meeting, and then he said, okay, you know what, doctors are also suggesting that I take a less stressful job. And he was working in a well-paying senior executive corporate role. And so he started the practice, and that's his part of the journey. But what led me to start the practice was every day over the weekend, we would have people who would come over, and where I'm sitting right now, my living room, it will be full, the rooms would be darkened, and somehow we would hear a voice billowing from the then CD players, which seem to be non-existent now, which of a track where the founder of Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement, Brahmashri Subhash Patri, would be playing a track. There was an audio recorded track of his, which was "My Dear Friends, Masters and Gods." That's how he chose to address every single person through a recorded message across the world. Now, for me, the typical idea, being raised in an Indian household, in an Indian environment, with the concept of meditation, was very much related to someone who is a guru or a person or a god or a mantra. But this man here, and I was probably about 18 or 19 years old. So I'm in my wild teens where I'm rebelling and I'm exploring all of these things. And suddenly I'm introduced to this completely new world altogether, where I hear this man address everyone as my dear friends, my dear masters, my dear gods. While this was, of course, little interesting for me, the practice of the practice of actually sitting with myself at that point in time was something that I very much needed, but I didn't realize I wanted it. So the perception that I had was that meditation is for most people who are going through some form of suffering in their life, or then, you know, if you don't go to therapy or you're really stressed, you need to join meditation. It is not for people who have everything sorted in their life. And I, at that point in time, was at the peak of my exploration and thanks to my parents being liberal, I got to explore a lot of things, travel to different countries, meet different people. So for me, the concept of meditation was, it's for others, not for me. But the practice of meditation that my father started, and 6 months of regular every day, he would get up at probably 4 o'clock in the morning because he was unwell and he was on a lot of medication, so he slept little. From 4 to 7 he would meditate. and 6 months consistently meditating under a pyramid, practicing Anapanasati meditation, as well as utilizing the full moon, when the moon is out, full moon and no moon days, to actually pick up this practice. 6 months. And he was taking almost about 13 to 14 steroids, very heavy steroids, about 250 mg. Anyone who takes medication would know that this is a really high rate. And 6 months, and he stopped completely. One day he got up and he said, you know what, my mom went to offer him the medication and he said, no, I don't need it anymore. And I saw the glow and the transformation in his face, in his personality. My father was a really energetic chap. I can say that for sure. And he was always bubbling, full of life. And when he got off with the illness, somewhere or the other, of course, because of all the energy being drained out of him, and I'm using these words, so just flow with me here. When he was drained of energy, and we use this word quite often, energy. He's not very active. We didn't go out as much as we did, and we didn't do the usual things. But these 6 months, the practice that he took up changed and brought him back and in full vigor. And now the one thing that transformed more than his physical ailments was this dynamic personality. My father is a very loving, kind, warm-hearted person who's always in the mood of giving. But the one thing that changed was he was always a workaholic man. So he always wanted to do the next thing and get to the next place and it was always those things. Very, very, very strong, goal-oriented person. But the minute the 6 months transformation, the 6 months journey went through with him, he suddenly realized what the purpose of his life was. And through that practice, everything in my house changed. My mother joined him in his journey, and my younger sister joined him in this journey, and that has been their journey. And so I come from a family where everyone meditates, but I was never asked to meditate. I was just, everything that happened around me was as a result of the practice of meditation, which created that environment for me. So if you have kids today, and if you feel, hey, you know what, you're going through something really great and my kids should join too, create that environment for them. Now, having said that, come back to my own journey. I was studying for what you guys probably have something as an equivalent called certified public accountant. So I'm a certified chartered accountant. And at that point in time, I was preparing and I had experienced failure for the first time. So I knew scientifically the benefits of meditation. So even though I had these myths that, I didn't really need it or go through something, I knew that, okay, the first time in my life I'm experiencing something which I've not experienced, and that was failure. And of course, there were a lot of thoughts which I didn't know how to deal with. And I have a personality or the aura that most people perceive me as someone who's extremely confident and outgoing. So I felt that I had to keep up this character face for everyone. And yet inside, I felt, you know what, I don't really know how to deal with this so-called fear, which I don't even know where it's coming from. So again, the practice started. And so I knew that, okay, you know what, this thing worked for my father, there must be something in it. And so I began, and I started to meditate, and that was pretty much the first step for me. And this was 12 years ago. The journey has been a rocky ride. Just like your ECG record has to show upward and downward moving graph to show that you're actually alive. That's been my journey. I think that's not just mine. It's everyone's journey who's gone through this, who's going through life itself. And what meditation enables you is, what I've realized through that journey, is it makes it more enjoyable, deeper, meaningful, more than what we already are going through, because we're all looking for some form of purpose at some form or the other. So coming back, stick with me. This is my story that I want to share with you, right? Okay, so okay, great. So I gave my exams, I meditated. So this was my trick. And if you have kids, you can teach them this. It's really simple. I would sit for meditation 10 minutes before. I would sit in front of my books, and I used to sit under a pyramid. And 10 minutes after I was done completing my studies, so it's probably about an hour's time. And it's great because I was able to recap. So the first experience of what meditation actually did for me was, I remember I was sitting before my papers, before a day before my exams, and I meditated. And somehow, when I was looking at the papers, the book in front of me, I intuitively knew what I was going to see tomorrow in the examination. So it was a test. In Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement, we're all spiritual scientists because we experiment with what we've learned. So you don't just believe something that someone has said. You practice it and implement it and see. You experiment with it, you explore with it to try and experience it, and you express it. So I experimented. I heard so many people saying, oh, this happens in meditation and that happens in meditation. So I was like, okay, you know what? Let me try it. So I sat in front of my books and I thought I intuitively knew what was going to come in my paper. And I was like, okay, cool. I've still worked hard enough. So now I'm going to surrender. And of course, I built up my confidence and I was studying regularly. So I go to the paper the next day. I sit and, I have this practice where before I start anything, I just take a 2-minute break, cut off, I meditate. So, and which is really simple, right? It's so simple, this technique. You're just with your breath. I'm looking at the paper and I laugh. I've had a good 5-minute laugh because everything that I saw the previous day I knew the answer of every single thing. So to the point that I aced that exam. Now, this was not something that this was not hearsay for me. This was my own practical experience. So now, apart from the fact that I knew that my father healed himself miraculously and I didn't have an explanation for it, I had my own experience where I saw something before it actually happened. So I knew that the paper was there, but how did I see it? I didn't understand it. But it's perhaps that's what we call miracles, what we can't explain but do happen. And that was a miracle that happened, a very small one, a glimpse of the divinity that is there around for us to explore. And I did well, and guess what, I stopped. That's what we do. It's really easy to pick up something that's good for you and not keep at it sometimes. Why? Because we live in an environment where we're constantly bombarded with things I wouldn't say bombarded, rather we're influenced by things around us. That's why we're called social beings. Everything around us is interacting with who we are. And this is where I say we're energy beings. That's the first fundamental thing. When I said my dad was drained of energy, what was that element of my father which was missing? He was still there, he was doing everything, but there was still something missing. The element that is truly you, that's your energy. And this energy is interacting, and it's not just you. Everything has energy. Your phone has energy. We're interacting using some form of energy. My words are energy. You trying to grasp my words are energy. Everything is energy. We're interacting with every energy all around us. So when we're influenced by so much around us, if we don't pick up this practice, if we don't have that strong will and desire from within, and if we use an external motivation to start this journey, say, oh, you know what, I want this to happen, so you achieved it, but that influence of that external is still on you a lot. If your will is not strong enough, as it was for me back then, you kind of leave it midway, because you know what, we just work for the perks. It's good, it makes me feel good, I do it. But I still remember, then I moved. So I was living with my parents then. I moved out. I got a great job. I moved out. I was living by myself in a wonderful city called Mumbai. I don't know if you guys know about it. It's the glam world where the entire Bollywood is. And I remember sitting at a party, and I'd just come back from a holiday from Goa, and everything was out loud, but I was silent. And I felt, what next? What more is there to life beyond the weekends that we plan for? Everything. And the more money for a better holiday, higher paying, a well-paid resort. What more? And at that point, I realized nothing or no one could answer the questions. And I would have to find the answers within, because I had the tool. If you feel like some days you're not able to continue, stick around. Remember to come back to yourself. And hence I started with, you are the most important person in your life. The fact that you have chosen to begin this journey is commendable. Stick with it. And so I began my journey of trying to discover what it is that life is really about. Why should one have to go through all of this. What is the purpose of life? Or more importantly, what is my purpose of life? If everything has certain purpose, I would like to know what my purpose is. If people are born, people die, what is the whole gambit of things? And yeah, so in short, in long, this has been my journey of coming back to myself every single day. And through the last 8 years of practice, of regular practice, every day, sitting with myself, just cutting myself off from everything, choosing to be with myself helps me to align myself to the source that I am, the I am source. That's what meditation does. So you don't need anything external of you, and there's nothing within you either. You are that. So I don't have to be a certain someone. I no longer was trying to be someone for someone else. Remember, I said I knew I had to be this person, but I didn't feel it. And there was a disconnect. How do I be the person I want to be? I am already that person because I desire it. I just cut away from everything, all the thoughts that were stopping me from being me. So beyond all these philosophical things, what was really important is every time that I sat with myself, and I'm sure as you continue and are consistent with this practice, every time you sit with yourself, and someday it's okay to have a lot of thoughts because, like I said, you live in an environment which is full of different kinds of energies. Everything is interacting with everything else. So it's okay. But the most important thing is to sit with yourself. Make it that practice of sitting with yourself. Are you not able to hear me? Okay, I just got a message said no sound.
Yeah, now we can.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. So that would have been odd if I went on like this so passionately without any audio. Okay. Yeah, so sit with yourself. Make it a point to find time for yourself. And just do the most simple thing, which is to be with your breath. The breath is a connection of the body and the mind along with the source. Your breath is an anchor in the present moment. You don't breathe in excess for tomorrow. You can't breathe lesser for the yesterday. It's this moment. It's the anchor into the present moment. It's an indication that you are alive. That's why we have this pandemic right now where people are saying it's all about the breath. The significance couldn't have been more important now to understand to the importance of the breath. It's a practice which you begin to incorporate in your life. So you're no longer doing meditation, you're in a state of meditation all the time. And we'll explore more into this concept. But how many of y'all would like to meditate now? And you kind of go through it, no? To feel what, yes, Chris says yes. I guess we're all raising our hands to say yes, right? Okay, thumbs up. Cool, awesome. So we can take questions and it'll be great to take everyone's experiences. So before we give you any theory, because there's so much that you can already read, there's so many books that are already available for you to explore. The very fact that you get to hear other people's experiences, because that's how I started. I heard other people's experiences and that irked the interest in me to kind of explore. And it seems that you guys are in a mode to explore. So yes, let's begin our meditation. So if those who are wearing glasses, you could probably take them off. Why do you do that? Because it's not natural. Meditation is a very natural state. Just like you sleep comfortably, you meditate absolutely comfortably. So the posture should be absolutely relaxed as you would be if you were sleeping, but back upright. So meditation is conscious sleep, and sleep is unconscious meditation. So let's just close our eyes. And those who are sitting on chairs, you can cross your legs. Those who are sitting on the floor, you can cross your legs as well. Close your eyes, cross your fingers. And just be with your natural breath. Just be with your natural breath. You're easy, soft, simple, tender, peaceful, tranquil, ever flowing breath. Whenever your thoughts take you away from this moment, come back to your breath. Just be with your natural breath. Don't chase your thoughts. Come back to your breath. Just be with your natural breath. become one with your natural breath. You are the universe experiencing itself. Just become one with your natural breath. You're easy, soft, simple, tender, peaceful, tranquil breath. Be a witness to all your thoughts. With your breath as your guide. Just be with your natural breath. Do not chase your thoughts, because you are not your thoughts. Be with your natural breath. Your breath is your guide back to the source. You are not this body. You are not these thoughts. You are the observer for all that is happening around you. Become one with your natural breath and witness all around you. Just be with your normal, natural, easy, soft, simple, tender, peaceful, tranquil breath. Last 5 minutes, just be with your natural breath. Last 2 minutes. Continue to be a witness of all that is around you. Last 1 minute. Last 10 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Slowly place the palms of your hands on your eyes. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And open your eyes once you're ready. Big round of applause for ourselves. Awesome. That's fantastic. I think we sat for almost 40 minutes. I would love to share the science behind meditation with you because you guys are just beginning. Before that, would love to hear your experiences. So would anyone like to come forward? Yes, please, Chris. Thank you so much for being there with us from the very beginning. And I could see you.
It's unbelievable. It's a great experience. But I have a question, yeah? As you say that usually people get into meditation through hard time, difficult times happening in your life. Like your father, he was sick, he was going through these illnesses, he was stressed at work. I know that was going on, which was actually the stress and everything else going on in his life was actually affecting his well-being, I would like to think, among other things. So now, some of us or some other people, if they find themselves in a similar situation where they are going through something in their life or something heavy is going through their life right now, maybe illnesses, maybe emotional attachments, maybe old past bad energies, childhood traumas.
Yes.
How do you attach such an emotion to meditation? To how if you are going if you basically meditation is to be with your breath in and out and
Yes.
in and out to lead you
Yes.
to the source. How do you attach such an illness to your meditation to actually pinpoint the exact thing that you want to attack?
How do you
Do you
want? So your
understand?
question is, yes, I do. So let's begin by first saying we don't attack. We watch. We observe. So and I'll explain to you, and it's a great place for me to explain to you the science behind meditation.
Mm,
Every day that you sit with yourself,
mm,
so let's say you're 25 years, you sit for 25 minutes, you're 50 years, you sit for 50 minutes, you're 80 years, you sit for 80 minutes. There's a
mm,
three-step process that happens. The first step of the process, and I'm sure that this happened with a lot of you, maybe perhaps you had a lot of thoughts that were coming to you. So by and by, as we begin the practice of meditation, of being with our breath, the first step is slowly and steadily our mind becomes thought free. So what you think is a problem is not really a problem, but you attach the emotion of a problem. So the first step, the first stage in meditation is when you are with the breath, slowly and steadily, the mind becomes thought free. That's the first stage. Now, the
mm,
second stage of the process, the more and more that you are in a thought free state, which is similar to the state when you're in deep sleep, when you're in absolute calm, your body receives a lot of energy. Your food gives you only energy for the physical body, right? Your food, can you go without, but and perhaps you could probably even go without sleep for a couple of days. But a lot of torture centers actually use no sleep as a way to torture the person, human. Correct. So food is not the only source of energy in your body. It is mostly in sleep that you get up, you have had a good night's sleep, that you wake up in the morning feeling absolutely fresh. In that sleep state, there is a point where you go into complete delta wave stage, where a lot of energy is received by your body. This energy is very much needed for us to do our regular activities, for us to be always in balance and connected to our source. But because we take such little of it in our everyday sleep, when we wake up in the morning and we don't have, and after we've thought enough, because we're in the habit of thinking, oh, my problems, my attachments, my health, my financial status, whatever it is, it's all thoughts. It's all created by thoughts. What is happening and what your thoughts are two separate things. You, in your meditation, became an observer. So in the second stage of your meditation, at a point where your mind is absolutely thought free, you reach a stage where your body begins to receive a lot of cosmic energy. Now that's the second stage in meditation. And in slowly and steadily, gradually, every part of your physical body, every part of you, which is waiting for that energy, which is not getting its complete energy because we don't eat right and we don't sleep enough and we don't live a lifestyle where we think right, and we just know how to release, now finally is coming back to its fullness. So when our body receives, every part of every cell within our body receives that cosmic energy, the divine light that we are, the third step happens. The body knows how to heal itself. The body finds the strength to heal itself. The emotional, so-called emotional challenges that we face becomes situations for us to deal with. And it's a gradual process. There are many books I've tried to explain very, I would say at a very high level. There are many books that I can recommend to you. Mind to Matter is one such book that would scientifically explain these 3 stages. But so your first question, how do you attack it? We don't attack it. You just sit in meditation every single day. Whatever may be the cause of anything, every day sit with yourself, the practice. And slowly and steadily in these 3 stages of meditation, there will come a point where all things like I can give you the example of my father's case. I had an MRI scan which showed blood clots, and I had another MRI scan after 6 months where he didn't have blood clots. But the body knew how to heal itself. All that was needed for it was to give it that energy, the space for it to heal itself.
So basically, you don't have to direct or point anything that's going on in your situation during your meditation. You don't have to be like, okay, today I'm meditating because I have a headache. Today I'm meditating because no, you just meditate, and the energies that downloads into you will take care of all the emotion, heart, all the physical pain, everything that's going on, just because you're at some point you realize that everything that's happening in your head is in your mind, and you are not the mind. And everything that's happening in your body physically is in your body, but you are not the body. So it takes care of itself. Yes. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes, and so beautifully expressed by you.
Ah, okay. I'm trying to understand. Because the more I go into meditation, the less I know.
And it's a beautiful journey to be in.
Yeah, it is. Definitely.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. How did you feel? How was the meditation?
It was long. It was long.
Yes.
And the last few minutes, I was struggling actually to stay in the presence, because every few seconds, the mind wanted to run away.
Yes.
So yeah, that's it was great. It was beautiful. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's lovely seeing you. Yes. Would anyone like to come forward? As much as we'd like Chris is sharing, would anyone like to come forward, share your experience, perhaps ask you questions? It really is a journey that you embark on, where everything takes care of itself, so beautifully expressed. And it's an experiment. You've got to try it out for yourself, not because someone is said something to you. And there's so much material today that is available about the science of meditation, that's demystifying all the myths behind meditation, to explain what's actually happening behind the curtains. But all that you need to do right now is to sit and meditate. So we have Caroline who's raised her hand. Please. Hi, Caroline.
Hi.
Hey, can we see you perhaps? Though the picture's beautiful as well.
Okay. Ask when you sit, right? Can
Hello.
you hear me?
Yes, we can. And we can see you as well. Welcome, Caroline. Please.
Oh, sorry. So I was asking, when you say you should always put yourself first. Is it possible to love yourself? I think it is not possible to love yourself, because it's like dividing you and the self and all that. Can you explain the concept of the self?
The concept of the self is what all different modes of philosophy have tried to demystify in one way or the other. What I can share with you through my experience is this. Again, stages. There's the first stage where you think rivers are rivers and mountains are mountains. Everything is separate. Everything is perfect just as it is. I must love myself and everyone must love themselves and we all coexist. There will come a point where you think, oh, rivers are not rivers and mountains are not mountains. Oh, we're all one together and, there's no separation between you and me and we're all living and coexisting and it's so beautiful and wonderful. And there comes another point when you reach and you say, hey, rivers are rivers and mountains are mountains. I am me and you are you, and yet we are all together in one. You are an extension of me experiencing yourself. And I am an extension of you experiencing myself. And a collection of all our experiences makes the grand self. So really, instead of trying to understand the self, we go through life and all of its experiences, going deeper and deeper by connecting more and more with ourselves. And the more that you connect with yourself, you realize everyone else is really. The first change, the most remarkable change that I experienced in meditation was this. The finger that used to point towards everyone, trying to find faults, blames, now was towards me. All that I was saying to them was a reflection of what I was experiencing within me. So meditation is a process where you begin to see what is within is what is without. As within, so without. We've heard about it, but meditation is the practice where you begin to experience what I am experiencing within me. What I feel within me is what is the world around me. And slowly and steadily, you will realize that you are creating your own reality through your thoughts, through your words, through your actions. And that is your real self. That is the all self, experiencing itself.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
About my experience, I enjoyed the meditation. I didn't think I would, like, when you said it was 40 minutes, I was like, okay, so I meditated for that long. And I was happy.
Wow. Wonderful. Yes, actually, I wasn't really sure how long we'd be doing it as well, but it seems that it was a good 40 minutes. So I'm sure I stretched it. So the founder of PSSM, Patri sir, the few times that whenever we meditate with him in the beginning, I've seen him so many times where he'll say last 10 minutes and he'll make people sit for another 25 minutes. And I realized subtly the concept of time that we have is again very constricted. We think if 5 minutes, you can't really say what is 5 minutes. Apart from the watch, if you take away the watch, is there any way for you to know what 5 minutes really is? So don't bind yourself by time. Sit for as long as you can and sit for longer and longer and longer and longer every single day. Because it has to become a practice first. So what you're doing for 7 days, practice it for 21 days to break all the old patterns. And it's not one, there's so many. And they're going to keep coming up in different forms or the other because we've lived life in a certain way. The first 21 days, you break the habit, the pathway that's been built inside your mind, where the same neural pattern keeps coming again and again and again. And it's become a habit for you. The next 21 days, you rebuild it. This pathway into a new pathway, the new you that you want to create for yourself, the one that's in the moment, the one that's in the present. So, yeah, thank you so much, Caroline, for breaking the perception of time. Because what's 40 minutes? It's way beyond. You spend time with yourself. I'll share in chat is what Kwam, you might want to unmute yourself to pronounce your name. I really enjoyed hearing I am not my thoughts. It was affirming. For the moment, I did not have chatter in my mind. I felt some sense of space. That's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing, Kwam. Yes, that's beautiful. That actually happens. And in the stage where I was talking about, where when you are with the breath, slowly and steadily, your mind becomes thought-free. The space between your thoughts starts to increase. So you are more and more and more and more in that silence. Don't think about this process. Let it happen to you. But stick with it every single day. And that's what matters. So today is day 2. So the beginning is great. And we continue together. Yes. Would anyone else like to share? Pari, Were you also meditating with us?
Yeah, the meditation was great. I absolutely didn't feel like it was 40 minutes. So it was wonderful. I love the music. I would like to invite Edgar to speak and share his experience. Hopefully, we can hear you today.
We can hear you today.
Hi, Edgar.
Hopefully. Hi, Edgar. Hi. Yeah, I'm so relaxed. Even I think talking is a bit of a challenge. I got very relaxed in the meditation. I felt like somebody switched me off and then turned me back on at the end. So yeah, thank you. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I would like to
I would like to invite Ram to share.
Hi. That was wonderful meditation, Alekia. Great sharings. Always wonderful hearing these the life experiences with the practice of meditation, how things change. So very beautiful, and very happy to connect with all the friends from Kenya. That's beautiful. I'm very happy. So thanks, Edgar and team. Thanks, Pari. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. So I really loved what you have shared, and beautiful meditation. Beautiful meditation. Very relaxing. I would have I would have sat, I don't know how many hours further. It was such a nice feeling. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you. I'm sure Chris is disagreeing because he's saying no. But see, that's relativity. So yeah. Thank you, Ramana.
Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to invite Ashley. You're here with us. Would you like to share anything with us? Maybe just where are you from and why are you here today?
Hi, Ashley.
Hi. My name is Ashley. I'm from Kenya, Nairobi. I'm here because I want to build up a practice with meditation. I like it so much, but sometimes I always have trouble letting my thoughts go. But today was fun. I felt connected. I felt present. So thank you very much.
Thank you. And how did you find us, Ashley?
I actually saw an ad on my Instagram and it was interesting. So I looked up your page and I saw it and I signed up.
Oh, wonderful.
Awesome. Yeah. Power of social media.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ashley. Please continue on this journey that you've begun. Yes. Would anyone else like to share further?
We have Balraj from London. Would you like to share something, Balraji?
Hi, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
That was absolutely amazing, Alekia, and I'm so glad I was a part of this particular session. I was actually driving and I just kind of stopped and I kind of listened to everything that Alekia was mentioning about. And I'll definitely be sharing a little bit of my journey, probably one of these days. Pariji, if that's okay.
Yes, please.
I am literally just 1 year old. Okay. So I just wanted to kind of share what my journey has been in this 1 year of meditation. And it's absolutely amazing. And I'm sure all you guys will be thrilled to kind of listen to this.
Yes.
So I look forward to hopefully, share it with all of you.
Yes. And Balraj will join us on August 1st to share his experience. So we would invite everybody to please join every day with us. The next 7 days will be really a transformational period if you stick to this. So, and we can hear from all these amazing masters.
Thank you. Thank you, Pari. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Balraj. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Alekia.
So I just want to, Pari, maybe I'd like to talk about, you can read up about the benefits of meditation, but because you're beginning and let's talk about the 7, generally 7 types of experiences. Now, you can't typecast anything. You can't say this is the only thing that will happen in your meditation. But there are some things which, you experience, but you don't really know if you're actually meditating, you're not meditating. A lot of people have those doubts. So I'll just quickly go through the general 7 kinds of experiences that we have in meditation. Firstly, it's okay to have thoughts in your meditation. The thoughts aren't coming, the thoughts are going. You are just the witness with your breaths. That's the baseline, right? Generally, the kind of experiences that you get are you feel a lot of heaviness in your body, which is okay. If you're feeling a lot of heaviness in your body, it's a good sign that you're meditating, that, the process, whatever is meant to happen, it's taking care of itself, like Chris said. Then another experience that you tend to have in meditation is you feel extremely light. Your body feels extremely light. And I'm sure you would have felt that today in the meditation. It's almost weightless. That's also okay for you to go through. Then another kind of experience that you have is you feel a lot of heat that's coming in from within your body, or your body is very cold. External environment and internal environment, there's a mismatch in the energy, and that's a mismatch in the temperature, and that's okay. That's also part of the process. Whatever is happening, that's taking care of itself. We're just witnessing that process, right? Another kind of experience, the fourth kind of experience is that you feel like your entire body swaying. It's doing like a nice dance, swaying by itself, but you are actually still on the outside. Now, as you go deeper into this practice, you'll understand what exactly happens, but it's absolutely natural to feel this way. So a lot of times you feel like your body is moving, but you're outside, the person who's looking at you, your body's not moving. But inside, you sense like your body's swaying. And it's a beautiful experience to have. So don't judge, don't doubt it, don't question it, just go through with it, right? A lot of times people see colors. So when you close your eyes and you're meditating, and suddenly you'll see like a burst of different colors in front of your eyes, even though your eyes are shut. And that's a wonderful experience in meditation. And there are some who are able to see different pictures of nature, of sounds, of smells that you can sense, which are not part of your usual environment, but you sense it. And it's all part of the experiences in meditation. So if any of these things, and these again are just broad categories that I've shared with you, there are many different kinds, and it's entirely up to your own experience, what state you are in, how you choose to meditate at that point in time. But generally, there are 7 kinds of experiences in meditation. So it's a combination of these. So if you're going through this and if you're getting these experiences, just flow with it. It's all part of the journey. And of course, like we shared earlier, 7 days is a great start. It's also, break a big task into small workable sizes, so you don't feel like, oh my God, it's so much work. But yes, 21 days of everyday practice. Must practice as much as your age. So if you're 50 years, 50 minutes, 20 years, 20 minutes. So for every year of your life lived, 1 year of your life lived, 1 minute. That much you can spend for yourself. Now, usually people have questions. Should it be can I break it down? Can it be different portions of the day? Can it be done in the morning or in the night? Any time of your choosing. As in when you can take time out, sit. The longer that you sit for the meditation at one point in time, as you begin, is better, because it takes a little time for you to kind of accustomize yourself to get into the groove. So the longer you sit in meditation in the starting is better, but minimum should be as per your age. When can you sit? At any time that's convenient for you. And that's the beauty of this practice, that what we have done is called Anapanasati meditation. Ana is the incoming breath, Apana is the outgoing breath, and Sati is the coming together of the two, is being with. And this beautiful practice can be done anytime, anywhere, in any situation. So if you are in your office and you want to take a power nap, do meditation. If you aren't able to sleep in the night, meditation. If you wake up in the morning and you want to feel even more refreshed, meditation. Any time is the perfect time for meditation. So meditation is the best gift that you can give to yourself. And congratulations for making this choice. Yes. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Alekia. That was so amazing. I loved every bit of sharing that you did today. Thank you so much for taking this time. In India right now, it's actually 10:30 p.m. and now probably 12 o'clock, almost 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for being with us and sharing.
Best ways this time is utilized.
Yes, absolutely. And also, before we end, I would like to invite Madhu, yes, to share, because she is the one who connected us to Edgar Conscious Kenya, and we are so grateful for that.
Wow. Thank you. Hey, Alekia. Good to see you. Wow. Wonderful session, and very happy to be here, and wonderful to connect to Africa. That's where we feel our heart is, because we lived 8 years in Egypt, so we have some connection to Africa. And good to be here, and good to see you, Edgar, and all the other friends here. And Alekia, your session today was really amazing. The experience that you have shared about uncles passing over is really good. And thank you so much. And the experiences that you have also shared is amazing. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Alekia. Thank you so much about the healing journey, about how meditation brought. Wonderful.
It's
Thank you so
interesting
much,
because I also have a connection with Africa. I've traveled to all the countries, the East African countries, but the only one that was left out was Kenya. And today I meet some friends from there.
Next year we'll travel to Kenya next year.
Yes, Masai Mara. That's destination Masai Mara. We will be there.
Yes. And we invite all our Kenyan friends to come to India. Come and stay with us. We be our guests.
Yes, please. We love to. We're one family now. As you begin this journey, you'll begin to discover that, like Caroline said, what is the self? We are one family. So yes, thank you very much, Madhu Akka, Pari. Just yes, we're always here.
Thank you.
And congratulations, everyone, and continue on this journey over and beyond.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, and we'll meet again tomorrow, same time with another speaker, Parinita Patri, who will be sharing her experience, and then we will have, after Parinita, we'll have Ram as well on the next day. So we have a lot of great, interesting stories to share with you all. So please join us. Don't miss this session, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Good night.